Attention SMP artists, are you looking to take your business to the next level? It's time to fully systemize your studio for growth with the ultimate sales and marketing platform for SMP artists, HighLead. With HighLead, you get everything that you need to save time and effortlessly generate more consultations and bookings on autopilot. And guess what? HighLead is not just a system, but also one of the largest Google ad agencies in the world for SMP professionals. Imagine having a marketing strategy that's tailor-made for the SMP industry, driving high-quality leads right to your studio. Say goodbye to the struggle of finding the latest marketing trend. HighLead has you covered. Invested into your training? Check. Invested into your equipment and studio setup? Check. Now it's time to invest into your marketing strategy. Don't risk your marketing budget on anything else until you've experienced HighLead's growth system and Google Ads services. Don't pass on this special opportunity for listeners of the Scalp Solutions Podcast. Visit GoHighLead.com today to book a free demo now and join the hundreds of SMP artists who've embraced HighLead to thrive in their businesses. On the free no-obligation demo call, a member of HighLead's team will answer all of your questions and help you unlock the potential of your SMP studio by getting you more bookings. Visit GoHighLead.com today. Today, I want to talk to you about something crucial for your SMP business, where you get your tools. It's not just about having the right tools, it's about getting them from a source you can trust. And that's why I recommend Palms Fashion. Palms Fashion has been serving professionals since 1991, right here in the heart of New York City. As a family-run business, they've built a reputation for providing new and authentic products to licensed professionals around the world. And now, they're taking it a step further by offering scalp micropigmentation supplies so you can get everything you need in one place. They're an official distributor of the biggest names in the industry: Andis, Wall, Babyliss, Stylecraft, Ink You Care, and more. These are the brands we trust to deliver flawless results, and Palms Fashions ensures you're getting genuine products with full warranties, plus SMP supplies you need to keep your business running smoothly. Your tools and supplies are an investment in your craft and your success as an SMP artist. So don't just buy from anywhere. Trust the experts at Palms Fashion. Whether you're in New York City or shopping online at palmsfashioninc.com, they've got everything you need to take your business to the next level. Remember, trust the best, trust Palms Fashion.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Scalp Solutions Podcast. I am your host, David Santiago. On today's segment of Up and Coming, we have the pleasure of speaking with Kilber Cisneros, a master barber and scalp micropigmentation specialist who dedicated his career to transforming lives. After moving to a new country in search of better opportunities, Kilber owned his skills and his craft as a barber for over a decade, becoming a trusted name in the industry. His passion for helping clients feel their best led him to scalp micropigmentation, where he combines his barbering expertise with the artistry of SMP to create life-changing results. With a commitment to excellence and personal connection with each client, Kilber is more than an artist. He's a partner in their journey to confidence. Let's welcome Kilber to the show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kilber Cisneros. Thank you, David, for having me here.
My brother, thank you for taking out some time to jump on the podcast. And before we even get started, like I was telling you behind the scenes, I remember when you first started out on your SMP journey and you reached out to me and you were like, hey, bro, what does it take to come out on the podcast? And I know I joked with you. You said I gave you a figure, right? I think I was like $1,500 and you could come on the podcast.
It was $1 million, but I said, all right, let me borrow through that.
A little something like that, but obviously I was just joking with him. So if you guys are hearing this, I don't ever take money from anybody to jump on the podcast. But what I do like to have is someone who has been putting in the work. And at the time, Kilber was fairly new. And that's what I told him. I was like, listen, brother, just keep putting in the work. And at some point, you're going to make it here. And I think it's really dope to be even interviewing him now, because Kilber has in fact transformed to a pretty dope SMP artist, and he's been holding it down for a little over 3 years now in Pennsylvania, and he does it with a full and amazing head of hair. So he's not like us that who got SMP. We could just be like, don't worry, look at us, man. We're a product. Like, this guy has an amazing pushback, amazing Hispanic greased up pushback. Do you slow motion blow dryer, bro, when you in the shower? Yeah.
Yes. I gotta get through the vibes, that with the movie vibe.
Oh, man. All right, Kilber, let's get right to it, man. Can you tell us a little about your background and what led you to scalp micropigmentation?
Yeah. So, like you mentioned, my name is Kilber Cisneros. I'm originally from Guatemala. I came here when I was 9 years old. And I obviously didn't know any English at all. I still don't know as much, but people understand me. And so I went to school. But it's funny. I always was the computer guy. Like I don't have my glasses, computer guy, fixing computers. That was my thing. I was actually going for Tech, which is like a technical institute school.
Yeah, yeah.
They teach you, certain stuff. And I was learning how to do websites. So nothing like barbering. And then one day I decided to, I like how my barber used to cut my hair. He gave me the best blowout. I don't even know where he's at. I will let him give him the best taper with the points, with number 4 on top. And then it was pretty cool because then I couldn't find him no more, unfortunately. And so, long story short, I just started cutting my own hair. So I was like 14, just messing with it. Then I started, evolving into barbering, and then I took it seriously, I guess you could say. When I got the opportunity at a barbershop, and he gave me the opportunity, and it's been like 11 years since I've been professional barber. When I say professional barber, meaning at a barbershop, go get my barber license, being a actual barber.
I like how you put the emphasis on that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of barbers, but
Barbers,
license.
not licensed. Yeah.
You're just a person that likes to cut hair. That's how they consider
Yeah.
So it's a hobby. So and then but I owned, after 3.5 years after I started working at a barbershop in 2013, is when I first touched barbershop. Then I went 3.5 years later is when I opened my first location. So I own 3 barbershops in my area. They're about 15 minutes from each other. They're commission based. I do it the right way: W-2, health insurance, pay vacation. So that's how I do, and I run my
My
business.
man means business, baby.
We don't do no bull rent, okay? That don't work. So
Yeah.
long story short, and then I noticed that as a barbershop owner, I needed time. So I actually stopped cutting hair, as a barbershop owner. I would go a few days just to help out, train barbers, whatever. I love training people, barbers. And so I needed more time in my hands, but I have so many clients and I was booked out. I wasn't a slow barber, 20-minute haircuts. I mean what I have to do, I don't bullshit around with people. And but I have so many clients, but then clients were holding me down from, like, it's not their fault. It's just business grew. As a barbershop owner, I can't be locked in a spot. But I also wanted to be busy, and I still wanted to be in the hair industry. So therefore, I seen one of my friends from Reading, PA. He said, "Yo, Kilber, like, check this out," and he sent me a picture of like a before and after. And I say, "Yo, like, this is cool. Like, how he has a hairline now?" That was my first time hearing about scalp micropigmentation, and that was in 2020. So then I say, "How you do that?" "Oh, I can teach you how to do this, man." I said, "How you learn?" "Oh, YouTube." And I said, "Hey, man, let me all right, let's do it. Let's learn. All right, bring me 3 clients, and we practice on them together. I'll show you." I said, "All right." So I hit up all my people. Everybody was like, "Yeah, I'm down." I have a few clients that said, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." But then I told him, "All right, he's gonna come to the barbershop. He's gonna do the procedure, and I'm gonna watch." He said, "Wait a minute, Kilber. I don't know this guy. I don't know him." So then I was like, "Yeah, but I don't, you rather me do it? I don't know how to do it. I don't even know how to hold the machine." He said, "No, I rather you do it." And I said, "All right, bro, listen, I forgot his name. His name is Orlando. He's a mad cool guy from barbershop, owner of a barbershop in Reading." He said, "All right, if you can't bring me people, then I can't teach you." And I said, "All right, well, then it is what it is." 2021 came in, and I seen an ad on my Instagram. And then I seen it, and it was some gentleman from Arizona. His name is Eduardo. It was my original teacher. Saw the advertisement, and I clicked on it. It was on a Sunday morning with my laptop, just like this, laying down, right? And I thought about it. I said, "I heard about this before. This is pretty cool." My wife was right next to me, and she's like, "What was that?" "Oh, remember micropigmentation?" She's like, "Oh, you're gonna do that? But, like, you sure?" And I said, "I don't know, but the course costs $6,000, you know?" So I have my business credit card from the barbershop. I gotta write it off, it's part of the industry. So then I grabbed my credit card. I said, should I spend $6,000 right now on a Sunday morning? I should be at church right now, you know? And therefore, I'm like, all right, let's do it. So as soon as I put the numbers, pay for it, my blood, like, I feel like it went to my head.
You're about to pass out.
I was about to pass out, and I said, who's gonna get this done? That was my question, you know? Who's gonna get this done? I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it when I was paying, you know? I should be thinking about it before I pay, right? So then I paid, class coming up. I actually have all the pictures. I posted everything from scratch on my Instagram. You can see all at the bottom how I started. Took my class, and it's funny because Eduardo knows this. He laughed at me because as soon as I was there, it was time to do the procedure, and I put my hand on it, and I started, like, you know, under supervision. We're doing models, and again, the blood flow came back to my head. Like, I got mad at myself because I said, I don't like doing this. You know, I just didn't like doing this. I said, I just wasted $6,000, you know? Oh man. And then I looked at Eduardo. I said, Eduardo, I don't think this is for me, man. And then he goes, no, man, you're doing great. Actually, you're doing really good. And I said, yeah, you're just saying that, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, you're saying that. So
He just wants to keep me in class.
He's like, I don't give no refunds right now. So long story short, I went ahead and I started doing it. And then second day again, oh, I don't think this is for me, Eduardo. Like, you know what I don't like? He said, what you don't like about it? People are like, it hurts a little bit, you know, it's not like screaming on my class, you know, it's not that bad, you know. And I said, they feel uncomfortable, you know, sometimes the parents in the area. He goes, Kilber, people want this, so they're going to sit through it and they'll be fine. They're not screaming. They're fine. It might be a little discomfort. Okay, fine. So I got out of the class, finished, got certified. It's a 3-day course, you know. It's a little hard when the teacher's a little bit far away. That's why I reached out to you. You know, I reached out to other artists as well to learn more. You know, you were a big help. You know, in the beginning, you were throwing me a little hints, you know, a little cheese. You know, and I get it. There's a price comes with that, but you always said, you know what, Kilber, I got you. You know, like whatever. And so, yeah, man, I took the class. I didn't know anything about advertisement. They don't. You know, technically, there was no teaching of advertisement. It was mostly procedures, and so I went on, which is cheap back then. I went on Facebook. I posted my first model. You know, it looked, you know, it looked decent. And then I posted it with like non-invasive, you know, typical SMP artist, non-invasive, you know, 100% natural. You know, posted it, and then man, I will not believe I did 9 clients out of $750 ad spend that I put myself. I put whatever I knew, you know. Remember, I'm a computer guy, so I'm not that dummy when it comes to technology. I can figure it out. Demographics here. I didn't know anything about SEO. I didn't know anything about that for sure, but I knew about running an ad at least. And man, 9 clients, and my clients, I wasn't charging when they asked me, when I finished the course, they said, Kilber, how much are you going to charge for this? And I said, honestly, man, I think I'm going to charge like almost the price of what it is. You know, what is it? $2,500 average. I was saying, I'm going to charge 2,000, you know. Why are you crazy? Nobody's going to give you that money. There was other students. There was another gentleman that said, I'm going to charge $500 a session. And I said, you could do that. That's fine. I'm gonna charge, you know, 2,000. He said, no, he said $1,000 for 3 sessions. And I said, I'm gonna charge close. The only reasons because I like to feel pressure, so that way I do a good job, right? So I'm gonna lie. The first one was one of my model's cousin. He said, let's go ahead and let's do it, you know. And I said, oh, no problem. He was cheap, you know. I think it was like $500, you know. Cool. His uncle, he did pay the $2,000, you know. And that was my second. That was my third one, actually. His uncle. My second one was another gentleman that they found me on through the ads. That one was $1,250. Okay, he had like hair, but it was thinning, and he had like the corners, right? And don't get me wrong, like when they came in, I told them I am new, you know, I am new. And I said, yeah, but you charging me this much? I said, yeah, I know, but like, I'm new, just letting you know, is it okay? And they were like, that's fine, you know. So they were paying, you know. That was my first 2 clients that they knew I was new, and all my clients knew. I never lied, you know.
That's dope, man.
My first client.
That is an incredible come up story, bro. And It's funny because and this is totally off topic, even what I was gonna ask you, but like I see you talking and how you're just as like you're incredibly you're also very incredibly charismatic. I don't know if anyone has ever told you. I don't know if that helps. I'm not gonna compliment the good looks and the glasses, but you are
Charismatic has
charismatic. I like the way you your storytelling.
yeah.
But what was on your come up? What was one of the biggest challenges that you faced when you were starting out in your SMP career, and how did you overcome it? I know for the most part you just gave us a lot of information on your come up, and it kind of seems like, all right, I just spent $750 and I got 9 clients, but I know that there was some hurdles in between. What was one of the biggest challenges you faced?
Yeah, I think for me, the advertisement, it worked. I was just surprised, I was actually amazed, my teacher was amazed. He said, Kilber, 9 people, like, so he wanted me to come back to another class that he was hosting. Kilber, tell us your story.
Eddie,
And
Eddie, Eddie, we know about you, brother. We're gonna put you on blast.
I'll put you on blast, Eddie, unless you
He
pay me.
wanted the sauce. He wanted the sauce, right? He was like, "Yo, this new guy got 9 clients off $750 ad spend. Nah, I'm gonna bring you
Imagine,
back." Don't.
he brought me back, and he wanted me to give like a testimony to all his students that they were coming
So
up. How's it going, Kilber? And I went and I said, oh yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, I need 9 clients. You can see it on my Instagram. I was posting on 1 month. I posted all the sessions, so you guys don't see I'm lying. I don't like to lie and stuff like that. But long story short, so I did my 9 clients. But the biggest thing was, man, it was remember that blood rushing thing that goes up to my brain? When I started doing that procedure and I cleaned it off, where's the dots, man?
everything, not enough pressure, huh?
The biggest hurdle for me was the pressure, right? The first client, too deep, messed him up. I told him I messed up. He said, I love it, bro. It was green dots, like it was huge. And I said, your sister, I know your sister was your biggest critic. Like what she said, you like it? Like he said, she loves it. And I'm like, oh. Like this guy could have killed me. Like this guy is not nobody to play with. And I think like you were saying, maybe my charismatic saved my life a few times. Yeah.
I remember you sending me. I remember you sending me some stuff, and I remember just telling you, like, listen, brother, it's inevitable. You're learning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. And I remember you sending me one, and you was like, "Yo, this guy loves it," and I was like, "That's fine." Most of them that don't know are gonna love it, but the reality of it is, you don't want you don't want your stuff to look like that. All right, so one of your main marketing strategies was Facebook's, right? Facebook ads. So you got your first ones. All right. So as an up and coming artist, how do you make sure that your work stands out in a growing SMP market, right? Because you know it's not just you.
Yeah. Yeah, everything got better. More people, more SMP artists coming out. I will say, when I started, right, the economy was really good. There was money, people had money, extra money from, whatever. Was I feel like was helping to stay up from this. Anybody that's listening to, I think this is my theory, right? Is that the economy is bad right now, right? So there's people getting washed out. I have SMP artists that reach out to me. I quit this and that. So technically, you don't have to stand out if you don't want to, in a sense, because people are getting washed out. The only here you have to do, I'm just saying, the only thing you have to do is don't blow your money. Once you get 3,000, 3,500, don't go grab it and buy this and get the bigger one and the bigger one. It's not smart, because this economy right now is, I'm telling you, it's washing people away, because
Yeah.
they thought 2021 was going to be forever. 2022, 2023 started, and everything started going like, all right, what's going on? 2024 is like, okay, it's just steady. So for me, what makes me stand out is that I think I like to keep the standard of the price, me, just like everyone. If an SMP artist has been doing it for mad long, I want to keep that same price. What you charging? If they're charging $3,500, 4,000, 5,000, I want to charge that. I don't want to go under. Why I can do that? Because one, I don't blow my money. Two, I have other businesses that I have salaries where I can do this. If the person doesn't want to get it done for the price, you don't have to get it done. You know, I'm not pressuring you. There's no rush, you know? So for me, I think that what sets me apart, I guess you could say, is that you will never see me over talking on Instagram or Facebook and putting this craziness because I don't have to, you know, like
You don't be flossing. You be flossing that. You be flossing that Corvette, bro.
So feel me rain from behind. Black rain, black rain. Peace students in the game. Black rain, through the struggles and the strain. Black rain, elements of mine. So feel the rain from behind. Black rain, peace students in the game. Black rain, through the struggles and the strain. Black rain, elements of mine. To feel the rain from behind. I'm sorta like a killer devil rebel. My getaway cars are the sounds of the bass and the treble. Cause I get into mine able and ready, so keep
I have to.
So what you
I have
have
It was my favorite car, so I had to plus it once in a while. You know?
How do you stay motivated when you're facing setbacks and slow periods in the business? Because, like you said, there were some times that thing was slow, and I understand that you have other businesses, but even when you have other businesses and you're accustomed to all of them doing well,
Yeah.
you know, how do you stay motivated when you have that one? Let's say for SMP, or if it was slow, you know, what do you do when there's a slow period? Like what do you change? Do you change marketing? Do you change pricing? I know you say you already set on your prices, like, but how do
Yeah.
you go? How do you handle it?
So the way I handle it is first, I'm very patient. I understand business, especially barbershop. You know, when you first put a new one, it's slow and then you have to build up. Same exact thing. The only thing for me, it was busy in the beginning for SMP out of nowhere, and then it started going slow but the good thing is it's for everyone. It's not just for just me and myself. So that keeps me kind of like when I hear other artists, I look at the markets, I look at the feds, I look at, you know, the news. You can be like, all right, well, this is normal, you know, but as long as I'm doing a certain amount of clients a month, I think for me it's a success, you know. So marketing wise, if I change anything, I went through some guys, you know, like first I was doing my own ads. Remember I was telling you, it works. I have nothing against social media. Then I went to another agency, you know. I'm not really gonna say names, you know, anything like
It's
that.
fine.
But I went to another agency that just believes on Google, and it kind of was against what I believe because I did so well with Instagram and Facebook, and the only reason why I moved over to the Google side of it only is because my Facebook and Instagram was too much work. You know, you got sometimes you get like it pauses, you had to cancel and redo it. Went to Google, worked out fine as well. I believe in marketing. I believe that every marketing that you do, every money that you spend on marketing is not wasted because maybe that person might not be ready right now, but it'll be ready in 6 months, maybe next year, and you have to build a ball of clients that are gonna hit you up later on, you know, because it's not cheap. And so for me, I was switching from Facebook social media, went to Google only. And then now I'm back to another company that I like because they do everything, you know, social media, Google, everything. And I like the CRM, and it's very important to have a CRM, automated follow-ups, very important, which I had to learn. I was a barber. I don't know any of this stuff, you know?
You
And
just know
so
how to take good pictures.
and
That's
edit
what
it.
we learned as
I know how to Photoshop it. No, I'm just kidding. So long story short, and so I switched. Yes, I did switch marketing just to kind of I'm able to focus myself on everything, like all my businesses, my barbershops. I have other stuff like that I do as well, not just barbershop. I have other businesses, but for me, I needed a system, automated system that can grab my leads, remind them, you know, because when you do social media like I was before, Facebook and Instagram, I had to go back to it and hey man, you're interested? Hey man, you're interested? And I
yeah,
don't think
follow-ups.
yeah.
Follow-up struggle is real.
Yeah.
What advice would you give other new SMP artists that are trying to build their SMP portfolio from scratch?
Yeah. I believe that whatever and on your other podcast, people say all the time, hey, I give out free SMPs, you know. I didn't do free SMPs, you know. The first two were cheap. After that, I charge all of them, you know, because again, I remember I was telling you, I like to feel pressure. When you pay me, I'm so committed that I have to leave that SMP looking good. And I won't botch you. I don't want to botch you or anything like that, because it's like I feel bad for you. You paid. Did it work out for me? Yes, it worked out for me. I built my portfolio like that way, and it worked out for me. But I think that you should do it for free. I still believe, because not everybody's the same. I'm not. Some people don't like to feel pressure for money. Like money.
So if you do it for free, would you botch them?
No, you know what it is? Yeah, it might sound like that.
Like, yeah, I'm not getting nothing out of this shit. Just pictures.
You know what it is? I need pressure. I work under pressure.
I understand.
But it sounds bad, but yeah.
I understand. I'm just messing with you, brother. I totally understand your perspective and how you accept paying full price as your, not only as a challenge, but like now you're committed. Now you're committed to giving him amazing results. What is it that you say online? Come on, let me hear the most amazing, the natural results.
The result in the world.
That's you right there, boy. My man.
Not me, man.
You be talking your shit on social media. It's all, listen, hey, it's all good. Listen, you're confident about what you do. That's absolutely okay. Can you share how you approach consultations with your potential clients, especially when you were new in the industry?
Say that one more time, because it cut off a little bit.
Can you share how you would approach your consultations with your potential clients, especially when you were new in the industry? And what do you do differently now during your consultations?
So most of my clients were this: social media. Hey, how much for the hair tattoo? Because I will have it kind of automated on click on this button, so that it kind of filters out hair transplants, right? How much is a hair tattoo? They'll ask me a question. The first thing I would say, I wouldn't even have them come to the office. I don't have them come to the office like that. I usually say, can you send me a picture of your scalp for pricing? I just go straight to because men, I feel like men were like that. Maybe my area, maybe other places is different, but my area, how much, send me a picture of the scalp. Boom, pictures. I send them the price. I can definitely give you a brand new hairline. I can give you density. The price is this. I also offer financing. That's the way I do it. But I have everything in place, financing as well, through Cherry and other financing as well. And so that's how I do it. They either leave me on red, right? And then I will say, would you like to get it done? I do procedures Sunday through Thursday. And then they will be like, yeah, I have more questions. Okay, what's your question? You want to call me? And so I kind of don't really have in-person consultations. I will say, yeah.
Gotcha. So how important has networking with other SMP artists been to your growth, and what tips do you have for building those connections?
Yeah, I think ask, man. I feel like when you're struggling, you ask, man. And I know some of them might say, which I have so many of them that said, I don't give you nothing, man. You got to pay up. That's fine. You know what? If you're going to pay, make sure you go to somebody that you want to be at, So don't just throw your money because you see that guy that maybe have like five pictures, on portfolio. He just started 6 months ago. Don't go for those, but go for the ones that, many years in, and don't be afraid to ask questions. And if they say you have to pay, then it's your choice. I think it's worth it. I think anything, let's say you go pay and you learn maybe one thing, that's better than nothing. I feel like it's going to help you.
For sure. How much did I charge you to answer your questions?
I think it was like $230,000. I think it was. They said wire transfers or Bitcoin. I said, I got Shiba.
Never. You got free game, just like everybody. Give everybody free game.
I told you that. I said in the beginning that I asked you questions. You were like, I'm not that guy. So I appreciate that.
I'm still not. What are some of the best resources that have helped you improve your SMP skills? And what I mean by resources, it could be courses, mentors, maybe someone that just inspired you and you were watching their videos on YouTube or on Instagram.
Yeah, so I will say when I first started, I used to see a lot of Jonathan Jarreau on YouTube. So I will see his stuff and I'm like, oh, pretty cool. Like I like how he explains, and this and that, the way hair flows. and then I hit up the Art of SMP, Chris Herrera. Honestly, like he helped me out a lot. I went to him as well. I actually shadowed him, 2 times, I believe. So I went
Right.
to him as well. I learned so much because I feel like you have to see it. I do recommend everybody that's starting out, go do a shadowing class. Like, do your favorite artist, go do it. I think for me, I see a lot of different works. You got, I don't know how to explain this. So depending on what style of SMP you want to do, I think that there's two styles. There's the saturated style. There's some SMP artists that looks great. I feel like it looks good when you really fade it out. That's a style. I think that's a style. And then the other style is like nice grainy, maybe, but keeping the spaces in between. That's another style, I think. And
Yeah.
it's art at the end of the day, but there should be a standard. But so Chris Ozera, for me at that time, like I was like, yo, man, I like his work. It looks really nice. I want to see, and I did learn a lot. So after I came back from his shadowing, I definitely learned and changed the way I was doing procedures. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So mentorship's helped, and you are proof in that concept. Now, you got several businesses, man. You run 3 barbershops, and that can be incredibly difficult. It can be difficult just running one barbershop. How do you balance the learning and improving your skills as an SMP artist while also still trying to grow your businesses?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that's helping me is, my managers. Shout out to all my managers at the barbershop. You need help. I feel like as any business that you want to scale, you need managers, you need policies, you need a handbook for all your employees. I think you need to have structure so that I'm able to have time freed up. I could be here doing a procedure. My managers knows what to do. Something happens, Kilber knows how he likes it. They resolve it, right? You train people like that. And so I'm able to still do procedures. I'm able to travel, like I said, to Maryland to learn, and honestly, if I had more artists around my area that I could go as a little easier, like I will. I was actually thinking of looking to shadow other people. But so how do I manage all of this stuff it's just having systems in place that I'm able to free up my time so I can do my procedures.
I like that. As a businessman, I can respect that. I like how you said I have systems in place. I have people. I have managers. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm a businessman. I got several businesses," and as you hear them talking, you realize, no, you don't, because there's just certain things that are ingrained in us, and there's certain words that we use. They're not big words, not big vocabulary words, but it's like it's a testament to, it's a stamp of like, yeah, okay, this guy does know his shit. You know what I mean? And I'm smiling because I wasn't doubting you. Me and you offline, we're cool, but it's just I guess it's good to see that you are in fact, real with your shit, and what you're talking about. That's essentially what I'm saying. That's all. So I kind of want to get a little some gems out of you, right? What has been an effective way for you to get reviews and testimonials from clients? Because we all know sometimes it could be a little tricky. Some of them just won't do it, but we also know how valuable that is to us as a business. What's the most effective way you've gone about getting your Google reviews, and how has that helped your business?
Yeah, I think that it all comes from confidence. I feel like in the beginning, I wouldn't even ask for reviews. I'm like, oh, like I knew in my head, it looks good, but it's not where I want it to be. It's not this big artist results and like how they do it. So I had no confidence to be like, hey, bro, can I get a good review? I feel like they were gonna be like, my work was fine. They liked it. They were happy. But some people might just be a little bit like, I'm just gonna say I like it, but it's okay. They're more nicer. People are nice. So I just didn't ask. But then as confidence grew, now I'm just like, I literally have a sign, which I think everybody should have. Something like this. Scan the code,
Show
right
that one more time, Kilber, so that for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, show that sign that you just said again, Kilber, that you think everyone should have one of these.
Make sure you scan this to give me a review.
And it says, give us your feedback, scan me. Absolutely. I think every single business or service related, let alone SMP, artist, office, studio, whatever you call it, you should have one of those there so that you can entice your client to scan that barcode and leave you a review. And if they don't do it on their own, like what you do, you probably tell them like, hey, put that shit right in their face. Like, do me a favor, leave me a review. And has that been working for you, Kilber?
Yeah. People are just say, hey man, you don't mind if you send that code real quick? And you gotta, it's important that that code is linked directly to the comment part of it, not the website that you gotta click on the reviews. The people won't do it. They just, people have no time, they're busy. So directly to the 5-star, leave a comment, post. That's it.
My man, that's a bar right there. That's a bar. If if you don't get anything out of, if you don't get any value out of today's interview, which I know you will, that right there alone, that would be worth the whatever 40 minutes, 45 minutes that this podcast was, is making sure you take your client to the right area where it's to leave these reviews. Because if you make them start logging in and doing all this other crap, they're gonna be like, nope, because they already got their service and they're late. They're like, whatever, I don't care. I paid him my $3,000. That's all he needs. This review really don't mean that shit. Great gem, bro. For other up and coming artists, what marketing techniques have been most successful in building your brand? I know you spoke about Facebook ads. Is it that, or is there something else? Because Facebook ads, you said, was in the beginning.
Yeah.
What techniques are you using right now that you would recommend for a new artist to be successful in building their brand?
Yeah, so I spoke to some people that are starting out, that they started their like maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, and then they went from like, oh, Kilber, I wasn't even doing anyone, maybe once every 2 months, and then I joined a company, marketing company that they helped them. Honestly, they should have that, but I feel like if you're just doing SMP full time and you don't have the budget, don't it's better to get the budget first, like get money, whatever, credit card, whatever, because you need money for advertisement. Marketing is the biggest thing for SMP. And I think it worked at that moment of 2021. Facebook itself was killing it for me. I wasn't even doing Instagram really. It was mostly Facebook. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm only spending $750. Now people are spending $3,000 a month on Facebook because they got more expensive. People are spending more money, so it got more expensive to even be in front of people. So I think that as a new guy, which one of my students that I train as well, his name is Gabe. He's in Georgia now. Shout out to Gabe if you're watching this. He actually is going. He's using the marketing because I told him, go marketing, because if you're not a computer guy like that, you're gonna waste all your money on Facebook. It's gonna go down the drain. Get a marketing guy. So that's what I recommend. But you need to have the money though. You need money.
No, brother. Before we wrap things up, Kilber, where do you see yourself and your SMP business in the next few years, and what are your biggest goals moving forward?
I think for me, just keep growing the barbershops, is working. Barbershops are working. Would like to have eventually 10 barbershops, if I have enough help. I think that's, like I said, the systems and people. And when it comes to scalp micropigmentation, keep growing it. I got people reach out to me, hey, can I work for you? And I want to do that. Percentage based, all going to be percentage based. But I think just keep growing the business, the name. And my biggest goal is to keep growing. Remember that snowball? What I mean by that is like all that marketing money I've been pumping this past years is going to pay off in, I'll say, about 5 years, like 5 years since I started. So I got people that hit me up from when I first started. Hey, I'm ready now this year. I've been watching you. So for all the people that say, oh man, I waste so much money on marketing, you don't wait. No dollars is wasted. Every dollar is gonna worth it. So keep growing the snowball, so that when everybody's ready, when everybody got money, when the economy changes a little bit better, more people are just gonna swarm in, and then just keep growing the business and maybe adding a few more artists with me. That would be a cool thing to do, you know.
Dope, man. That's great, man. I wish you much luck on that. And before we go, can you let them know where they can connect with you? What are the social media handles?
Yeah, so my website is prestigesmp.info, and then my Instagram is, Kilber Scalp Micro. So it's my first name, Scalp Micro.
And I'm going to link that in the descriptions as I do with everyone, guys. So if you want to tap in with Kilber, I'll have his website and his Instagram handles, and if he's got a Facebook handle. Kilber, brother, I appreciate you, man, for stopping in and checking in with me on the podcast. I'm incredibly proud of you and what you've achieved in a little time as an SMP artist, brother, and I wish you nothing but luck, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me here. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Likewise. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Scalp Solutions Podcast. Until the next time, peace.